There is a law in the US that says if you make a book, it has to be 10% different than the original for them to be able to sell it. Not taking sides, just a fact. Well, okay, sure. But did you realize there are over 70,000 words in the Bible? And so 10% is not a hard goal to hit when all you have to do is not even necessarily change the words, but you can change the grammar structure. You can, instead of saying it was hot outside, you could say outside it was hot. It's not difficult to hit that goal at all. The other thing to keep in mind is that language changes. Now, this came from the video where I talked about how the King James Version is not the most reliable because it uses newer sources. And of course, the KJV onlyers come out in droves and chant that I'm a heretic based on nothing but their tradition. And of course, you're not allowed to point out that they're doing exactly what Catholics do. But aside from that, the King James Version itself has gone through several revisions since it was originally written in 1611. In fact, you wouldn't understand half of it. The English language itself has changed drastically. I'll give you one example, the word let. It used to mean stop, but in our modern vernacular, it means to allow. So just because there are other translations that do have a copyright doesn't mean that they are doing it for nefarious reasons or that it prevents them from adequately explaining theology. To assume that we know the motivations behind these people just because we don't like their product is extremely judgmental and not at all in keeping with the heart and mind of Christ. I guarantee you that these people who create these translations, especially like the ESV, their motivations are very altruistic. They're trying to be as accurate as possible, all the while taking barrages of hate from people who are stuck in tradition. So you don't have to like the other translations. You are welcome to prefer the King James, but don't go around condemning people when the only thing you have to rely on is just tradition and because my pastor said so.